Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to our channel. If you want to improve your English while listening to powerful and meaningful stories, you are in the right place. Today's story is called Don't Waste Your Life. It is a motivational graded reader designed especially for English learners. As you listen, try to notice new words and simple sentence structures. You can pause the story, repeat difficult sentences, and practice your pronunciation. This story is about a poor boy from Switzerland. He loved knowledge. He loved learning. He tried to teach others, but nobody listened to him. People laughed at him. He felt disappointed. He felt ignored. But he did not give up. Instead, he changed his direction. He focused on agricultural education, and that decision changed his life. In a small village in Switzerland, high in the Green Mountains, there lived a poor boy named Lucas. The village was beautiful. Snow covered the mountains in winter. In summer, the fields were green and full of life. Cows walked slowly across the hills. The air was fresh and clean. But Lucas's family was not rich. His father was a simple farmer. His mother worked hard every day in the house and in the fields. They did not have much money. Sometimes they did not have enough food for the winter. Lucas was different from other boys. While other children liked to play and run, Lucas liked to read. He borrowed old books from the village church. He read about science. He read about farming. He read about nature and the world. He believed one important thing: knowledge can change lives. Lucas did not only love learning, he loved teaching. When he discovered something new, he became excited. He wanted to share it with everyone. One day he told his father, "Father, if we change the way we plant potatoes, we can grow more food." His father looked at him and smiled. "You are still young, Lucas. Farming is not so simple." Lucas tried again in the village square. He spoke to the farmers. "If we rotate crops," he explained, "the soil will become stronger. We can produce more." But the men laughed. "You read too many books," one farmer said. "Books do not grow potatoes," another man said. The villagers did not listen. They saw him as a poor boy with big ideas. They did not take him seriously.
Lucas tried again and again. He shared ideas about irrigation. He explained how to protect crops from cold weather. He talked about storing food for winter. But nobody listened. Slowly, something changed inside him. He began to feel tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally tired. He thought, "Why do I speak if nobody listens? Why do I try if nobody cares?" One evening, he sat alone on the hill near his house. He looked at the mountains. The sky was orange and pink. He felt small. He felt invisible. He felt disappointed. Being poor was not his biggest problem. Being ignored was. He wanted respect. He wanted someone to say, "Lucas, you are right." He wanted someone to believe in him. But instead, he heard laughter. Instead, he heard silence. His mother noticed his sadness. "Lucas," she said gently, "why are you so quiet these days?" "They don't listen to me," he replied. "I want to help. I want to improve our lives, but nobody believes me." His mother smiled softly. "Sometimes," she said, "people are not ready to hear the truth." That night, Lucas could not sleep. He asked himself an important question. Am I wasting my life trying to change people who don't want to change? The question hurt him, but it was honest. He realized something important. He was spending his energy talking, but he was not building. He was explaining, but he was not proving. He decided to stop giving advice, not because he was weak, but because he wanted to become stronger.
The next morning, Lucas made a quiet decision.
He would concentrate on agricultural education, not to impress the village, not to argue, but to master the field completely. He traveled to a nearby town to study farming techniques. He learned about soil science. He studied plant biology. He learned about weather patterns and irrigation systems. He worked during the day. He studied at night. He was tired, but he felt alive again. This time, he was not speaking. He was preparing. 3 years passed. The village did not change much, but Lucas changed a lot. He became disciplined. He became patient. He became focused. Instead of arguing with farmers, he worked on a small piece of land behind his house. He tested new methods. He rotated crops carefully. He improved soil quality. He stored water efficiently. His small field began to produce more than others, but he did not brag. He simply worked. One winter was especially harsh. Snow fell early. The temperature dropped quickly. Many crops were destroyed. Food became scarce. Farmers began to worry. But Lucas's storage was full. His methods protected his harvest. People noticed. One farmer came to him. "How did you manage this?" the man asked quietly. Lucas did not laugh. He did not criticize. He simply explained calmly. "This is what I tried," he said. This time, the farmer listened. Slowly, villagers began visiting his field. They asked questions. They watched carefully. Now, when Lucas spoke, people did not laugh. Why? Because he had results. He had proof. He had experience. One evening, a young boy from the village approached him. "Lucas," the boy said, "I have ideas too, but people laugh at me." Lucas looked at the boy and smiled. "I made a mistake when I was young," he said. "I tried to convince everyone. I used my energy trying to change minds." "What should I do?" the boy asked. "Build first," Lucas replied. "Learn deeply. Work silently. Let your results speak." He paused and added, "Don't waste your life trying to prove yourself to people who are not ready to understand." Years later, Lucas became known as one of the best agricultural educators in the region. People from other villages came to learn from him, not because he shouted, not because he argued, but because he worked. He never forgot the pain of being ignored, but he also understood that disappointment had saved him. It forced him to focus. It forced him to grow. One day he stood again on the same hill where he once felt invisible. The mountains looked the same. The air felt the same. But he was different. He understood something important about life. Time is limited. Energy is limited. Life is limited. If you waste your time fighting for attention, you lose your power. If you focus on growth, you create your future. Lucas whispered to himself, "I did not waste my life." Moral of the story: you may have knowledge, you may have ideas, you may have dreams, but not everyone will listen. That is okay. Do not waste your life begging for attention. Use your disappointment as fuel. Use your silence as preparation. Use your hard work as proof. And one day the world will listen. Thank you so much for listening to Don't Waste Your Life. If you enjoyed this motivational graded reader and want more English listening practice stories, please like this video, comment your favorite lesson from the story, subscribe to our channel for more daily English motivation. Tell us in the comments, have you ever felt ignored like Lucas? What did you learn from that experience? Remember, improve your English every day, improve your life every day, and never waste your time or your potential. See you in the next story.